not about being on time. It is about respecting our own commitments. That is what exactly we are doing. 10 minutes before I just spoke to Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, who is chief guest of today's function. He said he is little delayed because of Honorable Prime Minister's scheduled visit on 11th of December. He is busy inspecting and is busy with Chief Secretary, so he'll arrive a little late. Nevertheless, since we decided to start our program at 4 o'clock, I think we are fairly on time to start the function. Chief guest of today's function is Honorable Chief Minister of Goa. Guest of honor of today's function, Dr. Pradeep Sir Mukadam, Member Secretary of Goa State Biodiversity Board, an eminent research scientist in the field of climate change, biodiversity and wetland. On our stage, Mr. Vijay Deshpande Sir, Deputy General Manager of NABARD and the NABARD organization behind the support behind the reality of this book. Author of the book, our own Sri Bhai. तुम्हाला जर आजच्या या कार्यक्रमाचं खरं महत्त्व जाणून घ्यायचं असेल तर विवेकानंद पर्यावरण जागृती फौजेच्या सदस्यांच्या चेहऱ्याकडे बघा. ही जी धन्यता, ही सॅटिस्फॅक्शन बघून तुम्हाला कळेल की आज आमच्या खऱ्या अर्थाने स्वप्न साकार होत आहे. वन मोमेंट प्लीज. Just to put it on record, I just got a call from CM. He's still busy in Secretariat with Chief Secretary, so he might delay for some more time. He said to start the function. It is a dream of entire team of Vivekananda Environment Awareness Brigade. कारण हे जे पुस्तक आहे सॅक्रेड फ्लोरा ऑफ गोवा, ते बऱ्याच दिवसापासून बऱ्याच वर्षापासून हे कंटेंट तयार होतं. पण आम्ही विचार करत होतो की हे रियालिटीमध्ये कसं आणायचं, कारण ही खूप चांगली कॉपी आम्हाला प्रसिद्ध करायची होती. अँड वी वर वेटिंग फॉर फंड्स. जनरली NABARD डज नॉट गिव्ह फंड्स फॉर book publications and such activities, but when they saw the script, they just said, tell us the amount, we are financing it. So on behalf of Vivekananda Environment Awareness Brigade, we are really grateful to NABARD for financially supporting our cause. When we thought of publishing this book, when it was ready, we were thinking whom to invite to speak on the book. And coincidentally, everybody said one name, Dr. Pradeep Sir Mukadam. Rajendra Kerkar Sir is our guiding force. And after Rajendra Kerkar, we have two names. One is Dr. Pradeep Sir Mukadam and another Parag Rangnekar Sir, who is sitting in audience. We, both of you, we look at you as our mentor, our guide and guiding force, sir. This book is a treasure trove of Goa's biodiversity. It is the only probably copy which is available in the state of Goa, which talks about sacred flora of Goa exclusively. And we thought everybody should get access of this book. That is the reason we decided to have this book as a copy for everyone. So without wasting much time, on behalf of Vivekananda Environment Awareness Brigade and NABARD, I would welcome, I take this opportunity to welcome everybody present here. Just to give brief about Vivekananda Environment Awareness Brigade, or in short we call WEB. For so many years, WEB is involved in environment conservation, environment education and environment awareness activities. But we were somewhere lacking in documentation field. So we decided to get serious in this, and last 5 years, I think we have come up with 4 official documents, 2 books and 3 journals that we have published. And our 2 of our members, Mr. Ramesh Dharmekar and Gajanan Shetty, both of them are also into official scientific documentation. I myself have also published one paper based on documentation that I have done. So from conservation, education and awareness, we are slightly moving towards documentation, which is extremely important. Before ending my speech, I would also welcome Dr. Janardhanam Sir, who is in the audience, Sir Kamath Sir, and Talullah, and many other eminent naturalists, Mr. Raman Kulkarni is here from Kolhapur. I thank each and every one of you for coming here and gracing the occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Trees are not only food shade giver, but they have been considered as sacred due to the spirituality associated with them. I request the dignitaries to water the plant for expressing our utmost gratitude to Mother Earth.
ते म्हणजे केबल पुश घेण्या वगैरे जात ना
Thank you everyone. Raman Kulkarni, Sir Raman Kulkarni, who has been working zealously as the honorary wildlife warden, has been associated with the web. The book, The Sacred Flora of Goa, has been printed by Padma Art Gallery. Under his creative leadership and guidance, it is our bounden duty to express gratitude to Raman Kulkarni sir for his contribution. I request founder member of WEB, Sri Deepak Gavas, to offer him a token of love.
Thank you very much, sir. As a member secretary of Goa State Biodiversity Board, Dr. Pradeep Swarmukadam sir has been instrumental not only in formulating the biodiversity management committees at a village panchayat level, but initiating varied mitigation measures for making Goa ready for the global warming and climate change. Let us offer a token of love and appreciation to Sir. I request our member Gajanan Shetty to kindly do the honor. We have with us Sir Vijay Deshpande sir, Deputy General Manager of NABARD Goa region. Let us offer the token of love and appreciation to Sir. Sir's contribution is indeed a noteworthy. I request our member, Executive Member Ramesh Dharmekar sir to do the honor.
Now it is the time for the book release. I request the dignitaries to release the book.
I request our President Chandrakant Shinde sir to offer token of love to author Rajendra Kelkar sir.
These beautiful words are the creature and the make of Mr. Raman Kulkarni sir.
The Sacred Flora of Goa is a new book written by our mentor Sir Rajendra Kelkar sir to display the living heritage of our land. Let us hear from the author of the book. Sir, please.
Respected dignitaries, Dr. Pradeep Sir Mukadam Sir, Deputy General Manager of NABARD, Dr. Deshpande Sir, all the eminent dignitaries who are present in the audience, print and electronic media representative. Today, I am very happy because I am presenting my fifth book, that is on the sacred flora of Goa. During COVID-19, I took the decision to write on the sacred flora of Goa because when I was a small child, I got opportunity to see in the clay pedestal in front of my house, my mother was worshipping basil plant, Ocimum sanctum. Then when I was moving in various parts of Goa, I got the opportunity to listen the song like दारातली तुळशी गे पारात पार तुळशी गे गळ्यातल्या मण्यासाठी किती लोक वनवाशी. Women consider basil plant as the representation of the Mother Earth, and our forefathers started the tradition of respecting Ocimum sanctum, not only sacred, but they were aware that it possessed the medicinal property. And if you look at the clay underneath the plant, hardly you will going to see any insect. So that is why a love, a respect developed in my heart for these plants. And then when I started moving in the Western Ghat part of my area, because I am blessed to be born in the village of Keri, and in Kannada language Keri means water tank. In my village, one side one can see Mollegarh, the hill named after peacock, and the third highest mountain peak of Goa, Wageri, known to be the abode of the tiger, is also there. And we are drained by two rivers. My house is situated in the village called Hoteli. That is also named after tree called Terminilla Bellarica, Gudgache Jhad. Then there are hills which are also related with the birds, with the floral, faunal wealth. So this connected me to the nature, and I started writing on it. My first English book is on the natural heritage of Goa. Then I wrote on the Jainism of Goa and how our ancestors protected environment and considered culture as important. So depicting all this, I wrote a book called Where We Were, and now this sacred flora of Goa, and before that Goa State Biodiversity Board published Sacred Groves of Goa. So all these 5 books I focus only on aspect of the environment because I consider environment as oxygen for me. And when I see in my area trees are being chopped, forests destroyed, the habitat of animals are destroyed, that makes me very unhappy. And I remember that when I took my volunteer in 1998 in Dandeli, I have seen that how bamboos were cleared, forest destroyed. So I wrote article in vernacular newspaper that elephant will going to come in Goa. So all took it laughing. And in 2001, elephant entered Goa, and no one believed that elephant killed 3% in Goa. The herbivorous animal killed 3% in Goa. The first person was killed in just 10 kilometers away from the Mapsa town in Revoda village. So if there are imbalances will going to create lot of problems. So that is the reason I realized that if I connect the trees, forest with the religion, people will protect it. Otherwise, people will going to destroy it. Once upon a time, there was a tradition in India wherein people worship the sacred grove, forest as the abode of the god. People were respecting tree as the abode of unseen Holy Spirit, and that is why in the village of Pirna or in Bardesh Taluka, if you visit, you will find most of the temples were demolished, but the temples in the form of the trees remain protected. And that is why one can see at Tanodi Wada in Pirna, Palpurnia insignis, Urache Zad, very poisonous tree. No one dare to sit under the tree because if you get in touch with the latex of this tree, it is very allergic. But if you visit Tanodi Wada in Pirna, you all will shock that people sleep under the tree, people are in the vicinity of the tree, and they consider it as the abode of the goddess, god Rashtoli Brahman. So in spite of destruction, the trees were protected by the residents who were living there. Or if you go to any place in Bardesh Taluka, you will find the huge tall towering banyan tree. For example, Raitwada in Shuvoli, where you can see most of the temples were shifted to the Panem Taluka, you can see at Raitwada, Ficus bengalis is standing there for more than 300 years. The Huro tree which is there in Pirna, Tanodiwada, is more than 200 years old. So I was surprised because I am reading most of the information about this tree, and throughout Goa, wherever I gone, I found the tree in a very small proportion. But if you see Tanodi Wada's tree, it is very majestic tree. The same story of the Dadwada in Shuvali, where you can see there are many terminal species protected by the people since the ages, because they believe it is the abode of the Holy Spirit. So we have very rich tradition, and our well-known poet B.B. Borkar, who wrote beautiful poem on Ficus bengalensis, त्या दिसा वडाकडेन गडद तिनसना मंद मंद वादत आहे तुझुगो पायदाना. So a tree which was seen by the British, and they called this tree as a tree of the banyan, because most of the time these banyans were sleeping under the trees, and the trees generate gallons of oxygen. So it is a shade giving tree. There are some trees, for example, like mangoes. I remember there is one mango which is almost 300-year-old mango standing on the border of the Karnataka and Goa in the village called Satre. Today it is called Satre, but during olden time the village was known as Ambaso Gawal. So the village got the name Ambaso Gawal only because of these tall towering mangoes. So mangoes in Goa, one can see grafted varieties and there are wild varieties. So wild varieties are totally different, and that is why during my childhood, in front of my house there was one more than 150-year-old mango tree was there, and we were standing during the summer season, and we used to sing number of songs like आंबा पिकतो, रस गळतो, कोकणचा राजाबाई, झिम्मा खेळतो. So folk song, folk stories. If I start telling you the folk stories, there are hundreds of folk stories related with the different type of the trees. For example, if you visit the Navswamika tree in Hindole village, which is called Narve now, after coming of the Saptakoteshwar temple, so there is one ant hill. So ant hill is worshipped as a Masan Devi, and in front of the Masan Devi there is one huge, tall, towering the tree of Kazuro, and the tree bears more than 300 nails and tree stands. It is wonder of the nature. Because in Goa there is a tradition that a woman during menstruation period or while giving birth to the child, if she dies, she is not offered place in crematorium, and her dead body is brought in front of this Masan Devi, and there the body is cremated. And after cremation, people believe that her cause, evil spirit, should not trouble them, and that is why they take the name and take the dam, that is the one coin, and put the nail in the tree in her name. And it is believed that after that she never comes and trouble because her wishes are unsatisfied. So that is why she should not trouble, and this tradition is existing. So this tree is standing there. If you visit, you will find there are few more sacred trees in the vicinity. One tree is related with the Vagrodev. There is one tiger there in front of this ant hill. You will see it. So this tradition is very rich and varied. For example, if you go to Kanpur, once upon a time we used to say Kanpur Janapur. So there is a place called Sristhal in Kanpur village or Kanpur town, what you call it. There is a hamlet called Sristhal. So in Sristhal, there is a place called Mhashiwada. So if you go there, you will find a tree, Tetramus nudiflora, which is more than 300 years old. Huge, so majestic tree. No, I found such type of the tree in Vanoshi, in Tuari Basin. That is also more than 500-year-old tree. Because when I spoke to the people, they only told me the stories connected to this. So in my area, people call this tree as a Shidam, Tetramus nudiflora, because this tree shed most of all the leaves and become nude. So that is why people associate nudiflora to it. And it is Tetramus because you can see the sepal. It has a 4 sepal. So tetra in Greek means 4. So 4 sepal. After flowering you can see it. So Tetramus nudiflora is one of the majestic tree, and in Vanoshi one tree is there, and also in Tuari Basin there is one place called Mede where you can see another Shidam tree is there. Or the Shidam tree which is there in Kanpur, they call it Jarmal because when I started venturing into the Sangi Kanpur Taluka, I found that the language or the dialect in Goa is not common everywhere. So I was asking, what is the name of this tree? They were telling, this is Pakshi. Then what is the name of this tree? Bausulo and the Shidam tree, they were calling it Jarmal. And then I got the opportunity to hear the song Jarmala Fulale. Jarmala Fulale means when the tree get flowering, before the onset of the monsoon. So this is there. So all this tradition was were fascinating. So I decided to write it, and the book is in front of you, will be released. I love my Goa very much, and the way in which the forest is destroyed in Goa. You people should visit. You people are getting the water. The 43% of Goa's population get water only because of single river. I am also pointing the attention of the community to the damming and diversion, but at the same time, the indigenous people, or what we call Goan people, how they are destroying the forest. There is little hope left in Goa. The way in which the forests are chopped, cleared, got it, no? If you take the drone and fly it over the Satray village, you will see the reality. There is no need of calling me as a witness, but if you, through the drone footage, you will get the situation how it is worsening. So it is very painful, and through the religion, through the culture, if all these trees, forest is protected, then there is little hope. So I always believe in hopes. So that is why I decided to write it. And then after this, the second volume is also coming of the sacred flora, and also my work on the sacred growth of Goa is also in progress. So while compiling all this information, Sanket Naik, Ramesh Jarnekar, Gajanan Shetty, Chandrakant Shinde, and all the members of Vivekananda Environment Awareness Brigade, they came forward, they shouldered the responsibility, and that is why you can see this book is there. So I am very much grateful to the Photo Journalist Association President Tulsidas Rahul and Kailas and all who have taken the trouble because no hall was available on this day. So we decided to shift the ceremony here, and they gave us a very nice place here. This was actually a dilapidated building, a government garage. If it is handed over to the creative people, how they can transform it, this is the living example. Such type of the initiatives are needed. So I salute them. And if this type of the efforts are done, then so much can be done in Goa. So thank you very much.